എല്ലാവർക്കും നമസ്കാരം. Very warm good morning to all of you and welcome to today's program, a live interactive session with none other than KJ Alphons Kannanthanam IAS. We are honored to have such a legendary personality with us today. Without taking much time, I will invite the President of the Alumni Association, Mr. Sajit Kumar Adot, to kindly deliver the welcome address, please.
മോർണിംഗ്. കേൾക്കാമല്ലോ അല്ലേ?
കേൾക്കാം പ്ലീസ് ഗോ ഹെഡ്.
ആദരണീയനായ ഇന്നത്തെ ഈ പരിപാടിയുടെ അധ്യക്ഷൻ നമ്മുടെ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട പ്രിൻസിപ്പൽ ശ്രീ വിജയകൃഷ്ണൻ സർ, ഇന്നത്തെ നമ്മുടെ ക്ഷണം സ്വീകരിച്ച് നമ്മളോട് സംസാരിക്കാൻ ഇവിടെ എത്തിയ ഇന്നത്തെ വിശിഷ്ടാതിഥി ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട എം പി ശ്രീ KJ അൽഫോൺസ് കണ്ണന്താനം IAS, പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട നവോദയയുടെ പൂർവ്വ വിദ്യാർത്ഥി സംഘടനയിലെ അംഗങ്ങളെ, പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട മറ്റു സുഹൃത്തുക്കളെ, നവോദയ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളെ, അധ്യാപകരെ, പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട രക്ഷിതാക്കളെ, ഞാൻ സജിത് കുമാർ. ഞാൻ കാസർഗോഡ് നവോദയ വിദ്യാലയത്തിലെ 3ാം ബാച്ചിലെ അലുമിനിയാണ്. നിലവിൽ കേരള സർക്കാരിന്റെ വ്യവസായ വകുപ്പിലെ ഡെപ്യൂട്ടി ഡയറക്ടറായിട്ട് കാസർഗോഡ് ജില്ലാ വ്യവസായ കേന്ദ്രത്തിൽ ജോലി ചെയ്യുന്നു. കാസർഗോഡ് നവോദയ വിദ്യാലയം 1986 തുടങ്ങിയത്. അവിടുത്തെ 3ാമത്തെ ബാച്ചിലാണ് ഞാൻ പ്രവേശിച്ചിരുന്നത്. 1995 നവോദയയിൽ നിന്ന് പുറത്തിറങ്ങി. കഴിഞ്ഞ ഒരു 10 വർഷത്തോളമായിട്ട് കാസർഗോഡ് നവോദയയിൽ നിന്നും പുറത്തിറങ്ങി അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നവോദയ സ്കൂളിന്റെ പൂർവ്വ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളെ ഓരോ വർഷവും അവർ അവിടെ നവോദയ സ്കൂളിൽ ജോയിൻ ചെയ്ത 25ാമത്തെ വർഷം, ആ വർഷത്തിലെ 25ാം വാർഷികം ആഘോഷിക്കുകയും അതുമായിട്ട് ബന്ധപ്പെട്ടിട്ട് സ്കൂളിനും സ്കൂളിലുള്ള കുട്ടികൾക്കും പൊതുസമൂഹത്തിനും വേണ്ടി ഒരുപാട് കാര്യങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യുകയും ചെയ്തു വരുന്നുണ്ട്. ഈ വർഷം 2021 25ാം വാർഷികം ആഘോഷിക്കുന്നത് നമ്മുടെ ഹോസ്റ്റ് കൂടെയായ ശ്രീവത്സയൊക്കെ പഠിച്ച നവോദയയുടെ 10ാമത്തെ ബാച്ചാണ്. അവരുടെ സിൽവർ ജൂബിലി, അതായത് ജൂബിലി ആഘോഷിക്കുന്നതിന്റെ പല പരിപാടികളിൽ ഏറ്റവും വളരെ വിശിഷ്ടമായ ഒരു പരിപാടിയാണ് നമ്മൾ ഇന്നിവിടെ കണ്ടും കേട്ടുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. എന്റെ ഈ ചടങ്ങിലുള്ള എന്റെ കർത്തവ്യം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഇവിടെയുള്ള എല്ലാവർക്കും സ്വാഗതം ആശംസിക്കുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. ആദ്യമായി ഈ ചടങ്ങിന്റെ അധ്യക്ഷത വഹിക്കുന്ന ഈ സ്കൂൾ പെരിയ ജവഹർ നവോദയ നമ്മൾ പൊതു വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളോട് ഏറ്റവും സൗഹാർദ്ദപരമായി പെരുമാറി നമ്മളെന്നും അങ്ങോട്ട് ക്ഷണിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന, നമ്മളായിട്ട് വളരെ നല്ല രീതിയിൽ സഹവർത്തിത്വം സൂക്ഷിക്കുന്ന ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട ശ്രീ വിജയകൃഷ്ണൻ സാറിനെ ഞാൻ ഈ ചടങ്ങിലേക്ക് അലുമിനി അസോസിയേഷന്റെയും നിങ്ങളുടെ ഓരോരുത്തരുടെയും പേര് ഈ ചടങ്ങിലേക്ക് ഞാൻ സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുന്നു. പിന്നീട് ഇന്നത്തെ ഈ പരിപാടിയുടെ ഏറ്റവും ഒരു പ്രത്യേകത അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഏറ്റവും വലിയൊരു വൈശിഷ്ട്യം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നമുക്ക് ഇന്ന് ലഭിച്ചിരിക്കുന്ന അതിഥിയാണ്, നമ്മുടെ വിശിഷ്ട അതിഥിയാണ്. നമുക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും ഓൾറെഡി നമ്മൾ ഒരു വീഡിയോയിലൂടെ പരിചയപ്പെട്ടു കഴിഞ്ഞു. അല്ലാതെ തന്നെ നമ്മൾ നമ്മുടെ ചെറുപ്പകാലം മുതൽ വളരെ ആരാധനയോടുകൂടെ നോക്കിക്കാണുകയും പല രീതിയിൽ നമ്മളെ അറിഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു വളരെ വിശിഷ്ടമായ ഒരു വ്യക്തിത്വമാണ് ശ്രീ അൽഫോൺസ് കണ്ണന്താനം IAS അവர்கள். നമുക്കറിയാം, നമ്മൾ ഒരു കഴിഞ്ഞ 30 വർഷത്തോളമായി കേരളവും ഇന്ത്യയിലെയും പലവിധ കാര്യങ്ങൾ നമുക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയാം. ഓരോ തവണയും ഓരോ സാഹചര്യത്തിലും നമ്മളെ സർപ്രൈസ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന ഒരു വ്യക്തിത്വമാണ്. ഏത് രീതിയിലാണ് അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ തീരുമാനമായാലും അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ നിലപാടുകളായാലും അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ പ്രവൃത്തികളായാലും എന്നും നമ്മൾ അതിശയിപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന ഒരു വ്യക്തിയാണ് ശ്രീ അൽഫോൺസ് കണ്ണന്താനം. അപ്പൊ അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ വാക്കുകൾ കേൾക്കുക, അദ്ദേഹമായിട്ട് സംവദിക്കുക എന്നുള്ളത് നമുക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും കിട്ടിയ വളരെ അപൂർവമായ ഒരു ഭാഗ്യമായി തന്നെ നമുക്ക് കരുതണം. ഇപ്പോ ഒരു ഔപചാരികതയുടെ പേരിൽ നമ്മളെല്ലാവരുടെയും പേരിൽ പുതിയ സംഘടനയുടെയും ഈ ഇവിടെ കൂടിയിരിക്കുന്ന എല്ലാവരുടെയും പേരിൽ ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട ശ്രീ അൽഫോൻസ് കണ്ണന്താനം IAS MP അവർകളെ ഞാൻ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും വേണ്ടി ഈ ചടങ്ങിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുന്നു. ഈ ചടങ്ങ് ഹോസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന പത്താം ബാച്ചിന്റെ പ്രതിനിധി വളരെ മികച്ച രീതിയിലെ ഒരു അക്കാഡമിക്സിനാണ് നമുക്കറിയാം. അദ്ദേഹം ഈ പരിപാടി വളരെ നന്നായി സംഘടിപ്പിക്കുകയും അത് അവതരിപ്പിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. അദ്ദേഹത്തെയും ഈ ചടങ്ങിന്റെ ഒരു ഔപചാരികതയുടെ പേരിൽ ഞാൻ ഈ ചടങ്ങിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുന്നു. ഒപ്പം ഈ ചടങ്ങ് വീക്ഷിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന നമ്മുടെ വിശിഷ്ടാതിഥിയെ കേൾക്കാൻ ഇവിടെ എത്തിയിരിക്കുന്ന ഞങ്ങൾ ഓരോരുത്തരെയും ഈ ചടങ്ങിലേക്ക് ഔപചാരികതയുടെ പേരിൽ മാത്രം സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് ചടങ്ങിന്റെ തുടർ പരിപാടികളിലേക്കായി കൈമാറുന്നു. താങ്ക് യു. എല്ലാവർക്കും നന്ദി.
Thank you, Sajitata. Now I will invite our Honorable Principal, Vijay Krishnan sir, to kindly address the gathering, please.
എല്ലാവർക്കും എൻ്റെ നമസ്കാരം. എത്രയും ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട KJ അൽഫോൻസ് കണ്ണന്താനം IAS MP, പൂർവ്വ വിദ്യാർത്ഥി സുഹൃത്തുക്കളെ, അധ്യാപകരെ, അനധ്യാപകരെ, പ്രിയ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളെ, രക്ഷിതാക്കളെ, നമുക്കിന്ന് ഏറ്റവും സന്തോഷം തരുന്നമായ ഒരു ദിവസമാണ്. അൽഫോൻസ് കണ്ണന്താനം IAS MP അവരുടെ സാന്നിധ്യം കൊണ്ടും അതുപോലുള്ള വിശിഷ്ട വ്യക്തികളായിട്ട് നമുക്ക് അവരുടെ വാക്കുകൾ കേൾക്കുവാനും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ അവരെ നേരിട്ട് കാണുവാനും ഇതുപോലുള്ള പരിപാടിയിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞതിൽ വളരെയധികം സന്തോഷിക്കുന്നു. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഈ വിദ്യാലയത്തിന്റെ പേരിലും സമിതിയുടെ പേരിലും ഞാൻ ആദ്യമായി നമ്മുടെ ഇന്നത്തെ വിശിഷ്ട അതിഥി KJ അൽഫോൻസ് കണ്ണന്താനം IAS MP ഞാൻ വിദ്യാർത്ഥിയുടെ പേരിൽ എന്നെ നന്ദി അറിയിക്കുകയാണ്. നമ്മുടെ സ്വാഗത പ്രസംഗം പറഞ്ഞതുപോലെ ഈ വിദ്യാലയത്തിന് മാത്രം പ്രത്യേകതയാണ് ഓരോ വർഷവും നമ്മൾ സിൽവർ ജൂബിലി ആഘോഷിക്കുന്ന ഒരു വിദ്യാലയമാണ് ഇത്. 2012 മുതൽ തുടങ്ങിയതാണ് ഈ പരിപാടി. ആദ്യത്തെ വർഷം ഫസ്റ്റ് ബാച്ച് സ്റ്റുഡൻസും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഓരോ വർഷവും ഓരോ ബാച്ച് അത് ഏറ്റെടുത്ത് അത് മുന്നോട്ട് കൊണ്ടുപോകുന്ന ഒരു രീതിയാണ് നമ്മുടെ വിദ്യാലയത്തിൽ ഇന്നുള്ളത്. ഇതിന്റെ ഭാഗമായി നമ്മുടെ ഇന്നത്തെ ഒരു മൂന്നാമത്തെ പ്രോഗ്രാമാണ് ഈ 10ാമത്തെ ബാച്ചിന്റെ ഇനാഗുറേഷൻ കഴിഞ്ഞ് അത് ഓരോ ആഴ്ചയും അല്ലെങ്കിൽ മാസത്തിൽ 2 പ്രോഗ്രാം എന്ന രീതിയിലാണ് ഇപ്പോൾ മുന്നോട്ട് കൊണ്ടുപോയിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഇന്നത്തെ പ്രോഗ്രാമിന്റെ വിശേഷാതി അൽഫോൻസ് കണ്ണന്താനം എല്ലാവരെയും നമ്മുടെ സാറിന്റെ വാക്കുകൾ കേൾക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി നമ്മുടെ എല്ലാവരും ഇവിടെ ഇരിക്കുന്നത്. ഒരിക്കൽ കൂടി സാറിനും നമ്മുടെ ഈ വിദ്യാലയത്തിന്റെ പേരും സമിതിയുടെ പേരിൽ ഞാൻ നന്ദി അറിയിക്കുന്നു. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ 10ാമത്തെ ബാച്ച് അലുമിനിയോട് നമുക്ക് നമ്മുടെ നന്ദി അറിയിക്കണം. അവരെ എല്ലാവിധ അഭിനന്ദനങ്ങളും അറിയിക്കുന്ന ഒരു ബാച്ചാണ്. നമ്മുടെ അലുമിനിയുടെ ഭാരവാഹികൾ സജിത്തും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഉല്ലാസും അവരൊക്കെ ഇവിടെ സന്നിധരായിട്ടുണ്ട്. അവരോട് ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ നന്ദി അറിയാണ്. നമ്മുടെ സാറിന്റെ വാക്കുകൾ കേൾക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് നമ്മുടെ ആകാംക്ഷയോടെ നമ്മൾ കാത്തിരിക്കുകയാണ്. എന്നെ ഈ പ്രോഗ്രാം ക്ഷണിച്ചതിനും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ 2 വാക്ക് സംസാരിക്കാൻ സാധിച്ചതിനും വളരെയധികം സന്തോഷം, നന്ദി ഞാൻ അറിയിക്കുന്നു. Over to Sivalsen for proceeding to other programs.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your loving words. Now I request Divya NK to kindly introduce today's chief guest. Divya, please. Divya, mic unmute.
Yes, actually it was not allowing me to unmute.
Yeah,
now it is
please.
fine. Yeah. Good morning everybody. I am Divya. ഞാൻ അവിടെ 10ാമത്തെ ബാച്ചിൽ പഠിച്ചതാണ്. ഇപ്പൊ ഞാൻ IT പ്രൊഫഷണൽ ആയിട്ട് ബാംഗ്ലൂർ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നു. Now I'll go to the formal introduction. Good morning everyone. Sir Alphons Kannanthanam is a former Indian civil servant, advocate and politician. He is a former Union Minister of State for Culture and Tourism since 3rd September 2017 to May 2019. He is the second BJP Central Minister from Kerala. He is currently serving as a Rajya Sabha MP from the state of Rajasthan. He was recruited to IAS in 1979 and served for 27 years. He resigned from the service in 2006 and joined politics. He was born on 8th August 1953 in Manimala in Kottayam district. He received his early education in Malayalam medium school. He completed his master's in economics and was one of the toppers of the civil service examination in the year 1979. Few of his achievements are: He won the Best Collector Award 3 times. As a district collector, Kottayam became the first 100% literate town in India. Was instrumental in building a cancer hospital in Kottayam Medical College. Started mass contact program, which later won award from the United Nations. As Kanjirappalli MLA, he won Best MLA Award. As a commissioner for entrance examinations, declared results on the 7th day. As a secretary higher education, he was instrumental in setting up private professional colleges in Kerala. As a commissioner of Delhi Development Authority, demolished around 15,000 illegal encroachments, earning him the name of Demolition Man. As a Minister of State for Tourism, Government of India triggered India to the 3rd rank in the World Travel and Tourism Council Report 2018. We are honored to have such an accomplished personality with us today. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you everyone for joining. Over to Srival.
Thank you very much, Divya. So as she explained, today amongst us, we have a legendary personality who has accomplished several achievements one can dream in a lifetime. And beyond all that, he is a simple personality and he is very approachable as well. When I requested, he responds quickly, even through WhatsApp. So that is the gentle nature that impressed me also. So we know as a Rajya Sabha MP how busy schedule he keeps and the kind of life he has gone through from struggles, achieving great heights, not only for him, but contributing large to the society. So without taking much time, we present you KJ Alphons Kannanthanam. Please, sir.
Distinguished Principal Mr. Vijay Krishnan and the Coordinator Srivalsa, members of the Alumni Association of the Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya Kasaragod, the 10th batch, and my dear friends, good morning to everybody. I'm very happy to be with you on this anniversary when you are celebrating. The 10th batch is celebrating. I think it's a wonderful experience to have schoolmates come together. I think the most wonderful time that we all have is really in school. And therefore, I think the experiences which we have in school, that is what really made us what we are. And the friendship which we have built in school, I think that's what endures for a very, very long time. Like I keep looking up my friends who studied with me in primary school, in my high school. I mean, all of them are my good friends. And I think they are the best friends. They're always there. I will speak in English because I'm told some of your students are from other states, Karnataka and also UP. And therefore, it would be extremely unfair to exclude anybody from the deliberations that we have just now. And therefore, I'll speak in English. But I speak very simple English. So it shouldn't be difficult for anybody basically to catch on at all. So thank you for inviting me to this Alumni Association meeting. I've been to Kasaragod a few times, not so many times. I don't know Kasaragod so much, even though I have worked in the IAS in Kerala cadre for 27 years, because I'm from Kottayam and I was a district collector of Kottayam, and I have worked outside the Travancore area only for 3 months. In Kannur, I was a district industry center general manager in 1983 for just 3 months. So that's my only experience in areas beyond Ernakulam district, actually, yes. So fundamentally, let me deal with 4 or 5 issues. Number one, what is it that we want in life? I think that's the most important question that we need to ask ourselves. Why am I here? Let me ask you, how many of you have asked yourself this question? Why am I here? Not me, you. Why am I here on the face of the earth? Maybe you would like to raise your hands and possibly Srivalsan would like to take the count. Actually, there are very few people who have asked themselves this question, why am I here? Very few. See, I think a lot of people just exist. They are told to go to school because everybody goes to school. So you go to school and you go to a neighboring school. But those of you who have been in Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya have been privileged to go to the best schools in the country. Because I'm also told that I think the topper of the IAS last year or the year before last was from Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya. So some of you will be lucky. I've studied in a village school. So you go to a village school, or privileged people like you go to those distinguished schools because your parents have told you to go. And then, of course, you go to a college, and the selection of the subject and the college is very often done by the parents because your friend is doing it. Your parents think, well, this is what is best for you. And then, of course, even after graduating, you do your professional studies. And then even it is the parents who decide, this is a good job for you, this is not a good job for you, this is best for you. The parents decide, and then finally when you get married, of course, it's mostly arranged marriage. Most of people don't have the courage to fall in love, because it's a difficult process. And then who decides? This so-called arranged marriages, this whole process of advertising, and then you seeing the girl, and the girl being made to behave like a guinea pig because she has to dress up, bring that coffee or a tea, and then to be the object of detailed examination in those few minutes, which will decide her fate. Poor lady, poor woman, poor species. That's all what I can say. So most of the decisions in our life are made by parents. Very sad. In that process, therefore, we hardly ask ourselves the question, hey, why am I here? Then, see, for me, the most fundamental question, or why a human being is different from somebody else, is because we ask this very unique question to ourselves, why am I here? If you don't ask this question, I do not understand how any of us are different from any other animals on the face of the planet. It is not that I consider the human species to be better or bigger or more brilliant than any other species. Don't misunderstand me, because I don't belong to that species of people who believe that human being is a supreme species. He is born to control everything. Sorry, no, I don't believe. No, that's against my philosophy. But this is what we believe. But things are decided by somebody else, where we don't ask the basic question, why am I here? Because you belong to the 10th batch, so you must be already in your job for past 10 years, almost 10 years. You must be all in your 40s, possibly, or late 30s. If you have not asked yourself this question, when are you going to ask yourself this question, why am I here? So the most fundamental thing for every one of us. But it's not too late. You're only in your late 30s or early 40s. It's not late. This is the time to ask now, why am I here? And I'm not going to tell you what the answer is, or what should be the answer. I think the answer has to come from yourself. You got to discover for yourself why you are here. Srivatsa, I see so many people leaving. Why is it that so many people are leaving? Are they too busy in the day on a weekend? I don't really know.
No, sir.
No, Srivatsa, I can see on my screen who is leaving, who is coming in. Okay, so don't tell me people are not leaving. Okay, because if that's the case, then I might as well wind up and go, because I have plenty of other work to do. Okay, yeah, yes. So,
sorry, sir. Yes, sir.
Please, for heaven's sake, ask this question. Start today. Why am I here? Now, this is even the title of my book, Making a Difference. My answer to that question is very simple. I'm here to make a difference. This was published in 1996 when I was, 43? Yes. So this is the book. This is published by Penguin, and the Malayalam version is published by DC Books. It's one of the largest selling books in Malayalam. It's in the 14th edition. So if you have time, it's a free download on my website, alphons.kannanthanam.com. So if you go there, it's a free download. Please read it when you have the time. So that's it. I'm here to make a difference to the world. So I will decide very clear. I'm pretty clear on this. Remember, my dear young friends, you have the opportunity to live on the face of the earth just once. a second chance doesn't come to you. No, no. So today is a very special day. Every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every year is very, very special because it never comes back to you in a single life. I mean, I don't believe in this rebirth. I don't believe in too many things than the present life right here. So where is it? We have the time. We have the time on our hands. 24 hours a day is plenty of time. But remember, every minute that goes, every hour that goes, it goes. And that's gone. And then we don't live it again. So remember this. You live this life just once. And in that one-time life, no point looking back when you are 70, when you are 80. Oh my God, what did I do? I could have done so many things I didn't do. Maybe in my next life, I could do something more. No point. No regrets. You don't get anything by regretting that you haven't done anything. So my dear children, my dear young friends, remember, ask yourself this question today: why am I here? Why you need to do that? Because you live only once. All right. So once you decide you live only once, lot of things, lot of perspectives change for you, because you know, hey, today I have to do it because this day never comes back to you. I think the most important thing in life is really the courage to live, the courage to be different. Do you have the courage? See, all the time we are told by our parents, hey, why are you like this? Can't you be like your friends next door? When you got your school report or your college report and your parents saw it, I mean, those were still the days when the parents would still see our school and college report. Your parents would ask you very often, hey, why can't you be like your neighbor? See, look at that guy, your friend, our neighbor's kid. He's done so well. He's ranked number 1. Why are you not ranked number 1? Why? You were last time ranked number 1. Now you skipped to rank number 2. It's a great crime, my God. I can't imagine. But this is what happens in our families. Ranks, marks, what percentages. Fortunately for me, I didn't have to bother about any of these things, because you know how much I got in my 10th board examination? 42%. 42. So in my home, as long as I passed, it was fine for me. And when I went to do the 10th board examination, I was only 14 and a few months. And by the time I was 14 and a half, I was out of school. So my parents were extremely happy when I passed school with 42%, because the school principal had told my parents, this guy will not get through school. So I was very happy. And my parents were very happy when I passed with 42%. There were celebrations in my house. When I was Secretary General Education, Kerala, and also Principal Secretary Higher Education, Kerala, I've seen so often parents weeping, crying, saying that my kid got only 499 out of 500. Where is that 1 mark gone? Yeah, I've seen that. And how do you get 499? How do you get 450, 475, 480, 499, 500 marks? How do you get? Simple. There is a simple formula. The teacher comes to the class, he dictates to you. It's not only in school, in college also. You write it down beautifully without leaving a comma or a full stop. You write it down, and then you go to tuition centers. When you're supposed to see beautiful dreams early morning, you are in a scooter and your father is driving you to a tuition center where you learn. You repeat. And then when the examination comes, you vomit onto the answer sheet. It's a question of vomiting what's in your brain. Studied by heart, learned by rote. And then you get 499, some get 475, some get 400. Oh my God, those who get 300, they had it. Parents will ask you, what is wrong with you? Look at your neighbor. What's happened to you? You're a useless fellow, you know. So this is what, anyway, fortunately, I didn't hear all this because my parents didn't have huge expectations of me scoring anywhere near, you know, how much all these kids score. So I think the most important thing in life is, please don't study these things by heart. At least now that most of you have children, please do not teach your children to be the same. I want you to be like your neighbor. Please don't be like anybody else. Please tell your child. Tell your child to be different. My dear son, I want you to be yourself. My dear daughter, I want you to be yourself. Be different. Don't be like your neighbor. Let him score whatever he wants to. Let him win whatever prizes he wants to. You decide what prizes you want to get. You decide areas in which you want to excel. You decide how much marks you want to get. But my dear child, one thing I want you to make a difference in the world with your life. Not the Prime Minister whose picture you see at the back, fine. He will make his difference with whatever he is doing. Not the ministers, not the MPs like me, not only IAS officers. Tell your child, my dear child, you have to make a difference. And when you tell this to your child every day, tell yourself, point a finger at you and say, hey, look here, I'm still very young. I have to make that difference. So have the courage to be different. This is what I was always. For most people, getting into the IAS was the ultimate goal. So when they came to Missouri Academy, the IAS Academy in Missouri, the moment they crossed the gates, they were very happy. No, I've reached where I wanted to be. I've got this very powerful job where everybody is going to salute me. I'm going to have the power, and if I want to make money, I can make plenty of money. And for me, authority is the authority to bully people. So I have the authority. I decided one thing when I reached Missouri Academy. I said, this is just the beginning for me. I'm here to be the voice of the voiceless. I'm going to be looking at people who need help. I will do the work of the rich people also. I will also do the work of the middle class. But I want to be the voice of the voiceless. I want to make a difference. Mind you, you don't really have to be an IAS officer to make that, to be the voice of the voiceless. In your job where you are today, you can make that huge difference. You can say, yes, I am going to be the voice of the voiceless people out there, and to be the person who will make the difference in your life. And what is power for me? I decided for me, power is a power to bring happiness in the lives of people. It is not the salutes. It's not the big bungalows. It is not the car with the red light. Those days, you know, the collectors and IAS officers used to have the car with the red beacon light on top. I said, no, none of these people. For me, power is a power to bring happiness onto the lives of people. So what did I do as an IAS officer? You know, this mobile phone which I have. There is not one call which I have not taken on the mobile phone from strangers, complete strangers. There's not one call which I have not responded to till I started this conference. Let me ask you, how many of you take calls from your neighbors? Oh, I don't know the person. So what? So what? You should know the people out there who are going hungry, who don't have clothes to wear, who don't have money to go to a hospital. Why would you take that call? I've taken that call. Even when I was a minister, I was an independent minister, independent charge of tourism. I've taken every call, even when I was a minister. Every person who's come to see me, I have seen. You people, how many of you see everybody who wants to see you? Oh, I don't know that person. What is it that you want? You email me as if, you know, everybody has an email. The guy out there who's starving, who's dying, he's going to go to a center and then email you and then read back your replies. Don't be stupid. Please pick up that call. Today, everybody has a mobile. Talk to them. Find out what is the problem. Look around. Don't just depend on a mobile. Go, look out. Go to the places where they live. After all, your weekends are free. After your office hours, find the time. Don't say, I'm busy. I worked 18 hours. I've slept only 3 hours every day as a minister, but still I had plenty of time for people. Go. You don't need to sleep so much more. Weekends, you have all the time in the world. Yes, you need to spend time with family, but you don't have to spend 24 hours with your family on a weekend. Go to the places. Go to the places where they live. Go, look out and say, yes, I am going to make that difference in the lives of people. Go teach a few people, even as district collector. When we made Kottayam the first 100% literate town in the country, you know, in the country, I taught 2 people. There was Indulekha who was a 10th class fail. She taught 19 people. Eventually, she won the National Youth Award. Go find out your neighborhood. Go see. Not only just people, also animals. The environment which needs protection. Mind you, that's why I said, let's not be arrogant and think that we are the ultimate creations in the world. I think every creature on the face of the earth, even the inanimate rocks, they all are part of the universe. They must all share our happiness. Like in my house, I have 9 pets. 7 are dogs, to our cats. All the 9 have been adopted from the street. Don't please call them stray dogs. Okay? They're community dogs. They're community cats. I've adopted. They're the happiest dogs. I play with them every day. I don't say when I was minister, sorry dogs, I don't have time to play with you. No, I have time for you. I have time for everything. I jog every day. Now, number 3, be healthy. See, we all eat so much. Why is it that at the age of 40, many of you people are not well? I'm 67. I'm 67. I wake up in the morning. I got a new cycle. I'm learning cycling on that. So I go cycling for half an hour. Then I jog in Lodi Garden. I just live next to that in Delhi, Lodi Gardens. I jog 5 kilometers every day. My wife also does that. She does an hour of yoga extra. I don't do yoga. Then I go look after my agriculture. I have a pretty big farm in my house, vegetable garden. And I go supervise. I have all the time in the world to look after myself. If I don't care for myself, who will care for myself? So physical exercises, which we don't do, especially Malayalis don't do. We don't move our little finger. We eat too much. Please, my dear people, don't eat unnecessarily. I eat very, very little. Just the amount of food that is required to keep my body fit and has to be with a lot of energy. Please eat only what is necessary. I'm not a treat. I drink only wine. I don't drink any other alcohol. But then I know all Malayalis drink a lot. Drink what is necessary. I'm not telling you not to drink. Drink what you feel is necessary. But then do the exercise. Please don't eat too much. You eat all these rubbish, all these snacks, all these fast food. Please, I grow most of the things which I eat in my garden, my vegetable garden. When is the time? Well, there is a time for me to look after my garden. I have also somebody to help me. My wife looks after. Why not? I play with my pets. And on top of that, we also feed about 25 species of birds who come to my bungalow in Delhi, including peacocks. They come and lay eggs in my compound, and they go with their little peacock chicks. I mean, it's so beautiful to see them. We feed every day 300 eagle, parindo, 300. We give them 10 kilos of chicken. They come at 12:45 every day. We feed them at 1 o'clock, and by 1:15, they are gone. Come on, they are also part of the universe. Who says, see, the problem with us is me, myself, my family. Beyond that, there is no world for most people. Sorry, my world is the eagles, the birds, the air, the trees, everything, the inanimate rocks, the rivers, everything is part of me. Last week, I went to Nainital because I said, I must go, I must see the hills again, because I love hills, I love trees, I love the lakes. I mean, these are all so much inherent part of me. And every day I sit, when I finish jogging in the Lodi Garden, I sit and watch the swans in there. There are a lot of swans and ducks in the Lodi Garden. I watch them. It's such an amazing experience. And from the fountain, past couple of days, I was watching the rainbow coming out because of this fountain, because of the water which is sprayed and the sun striking against that, the wonderful, rainbow. So, my dear people, be compassionate. Some people don't like the word compassion because that means you are speaking from a higher pedestal. Actually, we are. If you are privileged, you are looking down on somebody. You really can't get into somebody's shoes. It's not easy at all. So that's called compassion, but it's called empathy when you can get into somebody's shoes. If you can get into somebody's shoes and feel the way they feel, fine. But that's not easy for many of us. So at least be compassionate. Be compassionate to human beings. Be compassionate to the universe. Be compassionate to the living and the non-living. Be compassionate to the air you breathe. Yes, please do not pollute the least. Use a cycle whenever you can. Now, I have this cycle. I intend to go on the cycle to the parliament. Please walk. Pollute the least and use the least polluting things. Plastics, don't use them. Carry a cloth bag when you go shopping. Don't throw rubbish on the road. If you throw rubbish in the waste basket still, that becomes part of the universe, which cannot digest it. And therefore, be compassionate not only to your fellow human beings, to the animals, but also to the world, the air we breathe. Because if you don't do this, you shall die. Your children will die. You're not doing it for somebody else. If you keep your air clean, you are doing it for yourself, for your family, for your children. So, my dear people, compassion. How many of you donate money? During this COVID period, which is now lasted for almost a year and a half, how many people have you fed? I'm asking you sincerely. How many people have you fed out of your own money? How many? Me, my family? Nothing exists beyond that. The people out there starving, the people out there making sure that we are protected from COVID, the COVID warriors, the stray, the community dogs and creatures who don't have anything because the markets are closed, they have nothing to eat. The birds because they have nothing to feed because the markets and everything is closed, so there is nothing for them to scavenge on. How many have you? How many people have you fed? How many birds have you fed? How many community dogs and cats have you fed? Let me ask you, very frankly, you all live in good houses. I'm sure most of you have good jobs. Oh, I'm not rich. Is that your answer? Sorry, you don't need to be rich. Look out for people who are doing great job. You know, in Kottayam, there is a person called Thomas. He runs the Navodaya, is it called Navodaya Institute? You know, he was only a peon in the Kottayam Medical College when I was collector, and he retired as a peon in the operation theatre a few years back. He feeds 5,000 people every day for the past 40 years, 5,000 people. Just a peon in the medical college hospital. Yes. That is Thomas. I think his initial is VU Thomas. I visit him very often. He's my very close friend. These are the kind of people who are my close friends. You know, I've done more sitting at home during the COVID than what I have done when I was a minister. I brought many thousands of people back to India during the evacuations. I was on phone from morning 6 o'clock till midnight every day, listening to people. And during the past 1.5 years, me and my organization, in association with a couple of other organizations, you know how many meals we have provided? We have provided 40 lakh meals. I repeat again, we have provided 40 lakh meals. I have now today about 125 oxygen concentrators, which I lend to people in Delhi, in Bangalore, and in 4 districts of Kerala. Kasaragod is one of them, in fact, we lend. We provide assistance to lots and lots and lots of people. Is it because I'm rich? No, I'm not rich. The money which I get as pension from my IAS, the salary which I get as an MP, and much, much, much more is spent every month on doing things. I'm not telling you to impress you, no, not at all. I don't need to impress anybody. You know how many people live in my campus, in my house in Delhi? Mine is a 3-acre compound, my bungalow. It's got 10 servants' quarters. I have 10 unemployed families living in my campus with their children. There are 43 of them. We order food provisions for my family. It's the same provisions which go to these 10 houses. Same clothes which we order or better from Amazon goes to all of them every 3 months. Shoes which I cannot afford to buy, they all have, because my sons give them Reebok shoes and all the designer shoes. My wife gives them, in fact, just now she's talking to them, she gives them a sermon, a passion every day on how to be happy to all the people out on the lawn under the mango tree. She plays with them every evening for 2 hours. All these entire 43 people, they come onto the back lawn and they play various sports. Tell me, how many of you are doing it? Is it because I'm richer? No, I'm not a rich man. I'm not. I'm just middle class. It's a will to do it. It's a determination to do it. It's the wanting to do it which makes us do it. And mind you, I'm not the only person. All the people in my organization, many of them are doing much better than I am doing. Okay, so it's not only that I'm doing all these great things. So many people in my organization, outside my organization, doing things much, much, much more than what I'm doing, my dear people. So, what stops you from getting out of your house? Maybe even with your children, so that they also get to see what is the problems of the world. Go, sit, go out, see, even from your own home. What stops you from, you have this WhatsApp group. In fact, all my charity is done through 2-3 WhatsApp groups. What prevents you from starting a WhatsApp group or just this alumni association, the 10th batch itself starting a group which is going to feed people, provide medicines, and provide solace to people. Why not? Yeah, yesterday, if you see in my Facebook, I put out regarding a 23-year-old guy who had an accident in Kasaragod. Yeah, it's in Kasaragod, I guess. Yeah, 23-year-old. I put it on my Facebook, and I think I raised about over ₹1 lakh in 2 days. Just see my Facebook. Can't you do that? I'm sure a lot of you have a lot of followers or start a group. All this is possible, my dear people, if you have the will to do it. It's here. You don't need to be brilliant. I'm not brilliant, even though I was one of the toppers in the IAS. You don't need to be brilliant. It is just the will to do, the will to help people, and to say, yes, when I'm done with in my life, people should say, oh, this guy had a huge house, had a beautiful car. No, nobody is going to bother to say all those things. People should turn around and say, hey, this guy, he's a good guy. He helps people. That is the ultimate truth. When I leave this world, I want a few people to come turn around and say, hey, this guy is a good guy. You know, I was a very popular collector. I was a very popular MLA. But the moment I joined the BJP, I become a community enemy in Kerala. Because BJP has only around 11-12% support in Kerala. Just because I joined BJP, people have become my enemies. I mean, I don't understand why. I mean, they become enemies of Modi because he's a prime minister from BJP, and people in Kerala don't like the BJP. Well, he's the prime minister of India. You're prime minister. Everybody's prime minister. So he has to do things. Let's not say he's some kind of a stranger. He belongs to the country. He's the prime minister of India. And I am here to do things just because I'm in the BJP. Why is it that you have to hate me? I think this entire thing of hatred, I think this has to change. Let it be from any party. I ring up Pinarayi Vijayan once in a while to say when he does a good job, I say, Chief Minister, you've done a good job. I used to ring up Shailaja teacher and say, hey, you've done a good job. Or Thomas Isaac. Yeah, so many people I call up from other political parties and say, hey, you're doing a good job. If they have not done a good job also, I'll tell you, hey, this is not exactly right. Isn't it? Yeah. So let's look at all these things. And my dear people, don't bother about likes and dislikes. You keep posting things on your Facebook, and you are looking at it every day, every minute, every second. Hey, how many likes are there? Sorry, my dear friends, life is not about likes and dislikes from other people. To hell with them. I'm telling you in capital letters, to hell with the likes and dislikes. Do what you think is right. Do what you think is right. Forget about all the abuses you will hear on Facebook because you might belong to a particular movement, a particular political party, or you're just doing a good job and somebody else doesn't like it. I get plenty of abuses on Facebook because I'm in the BJP. Yeah, I'm in the BJP. Please, I don't care how many people are going to like my posting, dislike my posting, love my postings. If you love me, fine. If you don't love me, fine. If you hate me, fine. Please, my dear friends, please don't waste time looking for likes. Just go looking for things to do which you think are right. Just think what is right for the universe, not only what is right for you, but what is right for the universe, what's good for the universe. Just do it. Okay? Now, a lot of people again have the talent. Oh, Alphons Kannanthanam, you are a union minister, you are a member of parliament, you are in the IAS, you could do so many things. No, I don't have any of these talents. My dear friends, in school, as I told you, I got 42%. I never went up in front of the classroom, even my own classroom, to receive a prize. Never participated in any competitions, never in school. But after my 10th, I decided I am intelligent. I have the talent. I won a prize in college, in everything that I wanted to do. Wherever I wanted to, I got a prize. First time when I went to speak, I didn't know English. I had to teach myself English. When I went to speak for the first time in a debate, I had 250 shoes thrown at me. At the end of the debate, there were 250 shoes on the stage thrown at me because I was so good at it. Eventually, what happened? I went back to my room and said, I want to be an orator. Eventually, I became the best inter-university debater in the country for 3 years. A guy who had shoes thrown at him, 250 shoes thrown at him, I became the best national debater. In IAS Academy, I was the best debater. I was the best in quizzing. I was good in everything. So this whole thing, no, I don't have talent. It's completely a lie. You have it in you. You have to try. But as I said, I got shoes thrown at me when I went, after a lot of effort and practice, when I went to speak for the first time, I had shoes thrown at me. Come on, have the courage, say, hey, I'm going to do it. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to do it. Would you have the courage to do it? My dear friends, you are still very young. This is the age in which most people in the world, in countries, people become prime ministers and presidents at your age. Kennedy became president, I think, at 41. Obama became president at 44. I think Clinton became president at 43. Now in Scandinavian countries, all the prime ministers are ladies, and all of them are in their 30s. I think in one of the countries, all the top 4 positions are held by women, and I think the prime minister is only 32 or 33. Don't tell me, no, I'm too young. Nobody's too young. If you look at globally. So get down to it. And if you want to make a big change, join politics. Some of you will say politics is dirty. No, but I'm not dirty. I'm not taking a bribe from anybody. I don't abuse people. So you take up the challenges, whichever you think, areas which you think you can make a big difference. Politics is an area where you can make a huge difference. There's a YouTube TEDx speech of mine. Please see that. I think you should also watch that, where I said you can make a difference in politics. Yes, you can. But whichever area, you don't have to be a politician. Like I have 2 sons. Both of them are not in politics. One is 39, the other is 36. No, one is 36 and one is 36, the other is 38. They're both abroad. One is a painter. He's a philanthropist. In fact, he's in the list of 50 biggest philanthropists of the world. He runs 45 art schools, fine art schools, completely free in the US. See, he was thrown out of a school when I came to Delhi as commissioner, Delhi Development Authority. He was in class 3. The teacher said he's not good enough. And today at 36, he's in the list. He was in the list already at 32, in the list of 50 biggest philanthropists of the world, along with Bill Gates. Can't he do it? My elder son, he's a techno guy. He's an IT chap in London. There's a lot of charity. So, and they are both very young people. You see the big time people. And don't try to imitate anybody. Don't say, no, I want to be like Clinton. I don't be like nobody. Be like yourself. Okay? Just be like yourself. And say, I'm going to change the world the way I want to. Not because Alphons Kannanthanam says do this. No. Don't do it because I'm telling you to do. You do it because you must feel convinced, yes, I can just be beyond being an IT engineer, just be beyond a marketing manager, just being beyond a bank manager, making money, making nice houses, having a beautiful wife and pretty children. I can be a lot more than that, but you decide, not Alphons Kannanthanam or anybody. Okay? Now, people do smart work. Don't work like a donkey. I know a lot of people work very hard, but they work like donkeys. Have a dream. Chase that dream. And be systematic when you chase your dream. How dare you maintain things priority? Like I always maintain a diary. What are the 10 things to do today? And then I would prioritize. Number 1 is this. Number 2 is this. Number 3 is this. So more of my attention goes into those as per the priority. And then whenever I finish something, I knock it off. I cut it off. And obviously none of the priority items will get cut off because that's where I put most of my effort. But those things, even the last one, also will be done. And if I can't do something, I carry it over to my next day. How many of you do that? How many of you do that? Come on. Please don't work like a donkey. You know, I'm working hard. Sorry, working hard like a donkey will reach you nowhere. You'll be like a donkey. Smart work. Have your dream. Chase that. Be very systematic. And don't compromise on quality. I don't compromise even on a comma when I write. And I also forgot to tell you, I just finished a large book on 7 years of Modi government. It's a very large book, 400 to 500 pages. It's going to be published next month. I did it during the Corona times, sitting in my house. Is it possible? Of course it's possible. Prioritize what you want to do. Don't ever put it off for tomorrow. What you need to do today, it has to be done today. If a man is starving today, he has to get food today. If a man has got the medicine, he has to be today. If your X work is to be done today, and this is your priority A, B, C, D, then those need to be looked at properly, okay? Therefore, please do smart work. Well, I have nothing more to say. Sorry, I've already spoken so long. So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. But mind you, you have to find the answer yourself, not somebody else. Not your principal, not your bosses, not your wife, not your husband. You got to find the answer yourself by asking yourself, hey, why am I here? Thank you, Srivals. Thank you, Professor Vijay Krishnan, Principal. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Now, if you have any questions, please do ask me, and I will try to answer them in my own way if I have the answers.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for an eye-opening address, actually. You have encouraged everyone to ask a question, why I am here. And also you have actually really opened our eyes that the life is not only just me and my family, but we should look out and we should extend our helping hands to people around. So there are some questions, so please pardon because these questions from kids.
Okay, sure. Anybody, please ask. Please ask.
Yeah. There is one question from Suraj. Yes. He has written, why did you leave IAS and join politics? There is a similar question from Suraj Sukumar. He also asked, why did you join politics?
Suraj, very simple, because I believe that I live only once. And I love the IAS. If there is a rebirth, I will only get into the IAS. For the next 13 births, I will only get into the IAS if there is a rebirth. But I don't believe there is a rebirth. And of course, even if I get into IAS in a rebirth, still I will resign because I believe there is only one birth. I need to experiment with things. See, as an IAS officer, you are implementing policies which are decided by politicians. Then I said, why shouldn't I be taking the decisions? Why shouldn't I be a politician who will take the decision which will be implemented by the bureaucracy? So simple. So I got into politics, and everybody says politics is dirty. I want to prove that politics is not dirty. I have not taken 1 rupee from anybody for my election campaign. I didn't pay 1 rupee to anybody for my election campaign to vote for me. Not 1 rupee, not 1 drop of liquor. I never said one word against my opponent. And as a politician, as a minister, as an MLA, I was the only one without a driver. I was living in a tiny small little room in the government guest house. That was the toilet originally for the Maharaja of Travancore when he was traveling from Trivandrum to Pyramid. So this so-called guest house is actually the Maharaja's toilet. So I lived there, and I was out driving my own vehicle, my Scorpio, and go to the panchayats every day with the panchayat president and members, stay the whole day, eat whatever food you might get or you might not get any food. I love doing that. And if I look back, I would say my best tenure was as an MLA. I worked so hard, but I was with the people, trying to be the voice of people. Then what did I do? I got to know what they want, and I got 350 crores into my constituency. So it was not about just bringing the money. See, the mini civil station in Kanjanappally, which we built, something which was supposed to be finished in 4 years, I finished it in 1 year. See? So these are all things we can do. All bridges we finished in 1 year. In 1 month. All bridges. Can you tell me anywhere else anybody's done it? This is it. When we work together with people, it's not my ability. When we work together with other people and we all work together and say, hey, we want this to be done. We want to be the best model for the world. We can do it anyway. Then when I became a minister, I didn't bully any of my officials. I gave them freedom to do whatever they wanted. I said, bring me ideas. I was out marketing India all across the world, and we got the 3rd rank. In the Global Travel and Tourism Council report, we were ranked number 3. I had very little money, but I went around saying, come watch India. We made some of the best advertisements on yoga, on Ayurveda. See, those 60-second advertisement, I would have spent something like 24 hours to make that 60-second advertisement. Now, do you have the patience to do that? That's how good things come out. Be patient, just don't say make a movie. No, you must make it the best. All my advertisements which I made, 5 of them won the best global awards. That's what I'm saying. We sitting in Kerala or in Bihar or in UP or in Karnataka, we can really be the best if you want to. So Suraj, so I hope that answers your question. Politics, you can make the big difference. And if you say politics is dirty, come in, make it clean. It's your job.
Thank you, sir. That is a very good message on doing good politics and achieving excellence wherever you are. Sir, there is a question from Praveen Kumar. He is asking why there is a brain drain.
Yeah, because I guess the opportunities which you provide to young people in India is fairly limited. Like my son was the director of the Harlem School of Arts. When you say school, don't believe it's a school. It's one of the globally most reputed organizations. He was the director of Harlem School of Arts in New York at the age of, shall I tell you the age? 23. He was the director of Harlem School of Arts, which is a globally famous institution at 23. Now tell me, Srival sir, if they make you the chairman of a company, what is your age? You must be 40. People will say, why is such a young guy being made chairman or a CEO, isn't it? Such things don't happen abroad. That's it. I think wherever the opportunities come, if you can work in India, like I will never go abroad. No, I will work only in India. But if my children, if they find they have the opportunity and they make a decision. When my son was 16, he decided where to go, what to study, that he would study painting. He got the admission himself. He went himself. And I asked him, shall I come and to drop him, because he was only 16 and a half and he was a tiny little kid. I said, can I come and drop you in your university in the US? He said, how dare you ask a 16-year-old whether you can accompany me? I said, you mind your own business. My son told me, and we are very close friends. Then he broke his hand. He was a national skating champion. He broke one hand before he went to the US. I said, now that you have only one hand and you have 5 suitcases, can I accompany you? You know what he said? He said, how dare you ask a 16-year-old with one hand where you can accompany? You mind your own business. I'll manage on my own. Okay. So Praveen, I think you have the answers.
Sir, there is another question. So please bear, these are the questions from very young kids, from 6th class onwards. So
Yeah.
the question, sir, are you satisfied with your life? If not, why? There is a question
Well,
from
nobody
Tripal.
is. See, you live because you are not satisfied, isn't it? Why do you look forward to today or tomorrow? Because there are still a lot of undone things. I would love to feed all the poor people of this country. I have not been able to do it. I've been able to supply only 40 lakh meals to people. There are so many people out there starving who don't have a job, who are not able to go to a hospital, who don't have the medicine. So I'm never satisfied. No. I'm happy that I'm able to do this much, but I'm never satisfied. There's so much more to be done because there is so much more of poverty in the world.
That's an excellent answer.
But in a way, I'm happy. Let me tell you, this jacket which I'm wearing, does it look good?
Yes, perfectly.
This is my only blue jacket I have, blue coat I have. Guess how old it is. You make a guess, Sivas. Let's see.
Maybe as you pointed out, looks around 10 years old, 10, 15 years.
Yeah. So this is from my Masuri Academy, which I bought in 1979. This is the only jacket I have. It's 42 years old. This is what I used when I was a minister. I have only one pair of shoes, which I used for 7 years. I have only 2 pairs of jeans, which I use, which are at least 30 years old. I don't buy anything. It's not because I don't have the money. I have the money. I don't, because with the money which I need to spend to buy another jacket, I can teach a child. Does not know. I teach so many children. Why is it that we amass so many things? Why? How many pairs of shoes? The latest mobile. This mobile is there because my sons have gifted it to me. Otherwise, I use an old vintage one. Why? If I look decent in my blue jacket, why do I need another blue jacket? I use, my jogging shoes. I don't use Reeboks, this and that, till my sons gifted me a Reebok shoes. Looking at the state of my shoes, I buy these things which are 500, 600 rupees. But all the people who are living in my campus, I told you 43 people, they all have designer shoes. So my dear children, please, It's not expensive clothes. It's not expensive mobile. It's not expensive dress which make you smart, but dress properly. I think I'm dressed decently. I'm one of the best dressed people in the parliament. My old clothes still look very good. Yeah. Yeah, all my kurtas which I use are at least 15 years old when I joined politics. I think I bought 10 kurtas and those are the same kurtas which I use even now. Yes. When my sons got married, I bought again 6 kurtas more. All of them were costing about 600 to 700 rupees each. So my my shopping for my son's marriage, both sons got married 2 days apart, was about 2,000 rupees was my total spend on when my sons got married. So my dear kids, all these show off which we think we need to do, have the latest phones, latest clothes, latest shoes. Whom are you trying to show off? Please be happy inside. Be happy when you can donate that extra money which you can spare from our shoes to a poor child, so that that poor child could have a slipper, a rubber slipper. I wore a rubber chappal for the first time when I was in class 10. And you know something funny? I was the only one with a rubber chappal in my school. Nobody else even had rubber chappal. 2,000 students, nobody had. So think of the other. Think of the happiness. Think of the happiness you will bring into the life of the other child when you give something which that person needs. In your own school, there are so many who can't afford it. In your neighborhood, yeah. In your so-called servants. In fact, my house, we don't call them servants. I call them all guests, you know. I mean, they all need so much.
Thank you. There is a question from Tejas. Sir, did you see any failures in your life and how did you face it?
Oh, Tejas, I just lost an election very badly, assembly elections. I was beaten so badly. Before that, when the parliament election came, I contested from Ernakulam. There also I lost badly. Okay. So it's all part of life. So take it in a good spirit. If you win every time, you will not learn right lessons in life. You will be pretty arrogant. Oh, I'm a winner all the time. But before that, I resigned from the IAS and I became an independent MLA on the 32nd day with the 4th largest majority. So I also have won. So don't say, no, I can fail all the time. No. I don't fail often because I'm very systematic in my work. Whatever I do, so much of planning I do, I reduce it to writing whatever I want to do, even to the last comma. Even this book which I'm writing, you know, I want to make sure there's not even a comma which will be wrong in that. Okay. Okay, my battery has only 10% battery, so it might go off anytime. So you'll have to excuse me if my phone goes up. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sir. Sir, I hope we have time for say 2-3 questions.
No, keep asking because when the phone goes off, you know, my phone is gone off. I'll be disconnected. Okay, that's it.
Fine. Sir, there is a question from Fida. She is asking, what was your turning point of life?
Turning point was when I got a 42% in my 10 board examination, and when everybody says this guy is a dumb kid, he's useless, he's dumb. Then I sat by the Manimala River and I asked myself. I thought to myself, why people are calling me dumb? Then I realized. Then I decided for myself, no, I'm not dumb. I'm intelligent. I said, I've never won a prize in anything, but I will win a prize. I'm going to be good in a lot of things.
Sir, thank you, sir. Question from Rakesh Gopal. What is the one quality that you feel is lacking in the new generation when compared with yours?
Compassion, sympathy, empathy, whatever word you might try to use. Today it's me, myself, my wife, my husband, my children. Sorry. That's not life.
Sir, there is a question from Alina. Alina is asking, sir, is it okay to stop doing something if we caught in a problem, like hurt ourselves one time while trying to dance? So I think her question is, should we stop? Is it okay to stop doing something when there is a problem comes?
Alina, never stop. If you want to do something, just do it. That's why I told you the story of me wanting to be a debater, wanting to be an orator. I learned English, practiced, talked to the wall. Then when I practiced many times, when I went to speak first time, I got 250 shoes thrown at me. But still I said sorry. Most people, 100% of people would have said, sorry, I don't have the talent. But I said, sorry, no, I want to be an orator. I went back to my room, painful, practice, and I then became the best debater in the country.
Excellent. Sir, as we have as your phone is also running out of battery, maybe we will end the question answer here. Do you have any final message or remarks to given to the kids? Actually, they are from class 6 to 12, please.
Well, I don't have any final message. There is nothing called a final message. I said, be happy. I think that's the only thing ultimately. And how can you be happy if you don't make others happy? If you don't make the world happy? If you don't make the animals and the air and the trees happy, how will you be happy? Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So be happy.
Thank you, sir. That is a great message on for having compassion. So to have our hearts filled with the compassion. So that is a great message. So your talk inspired not only the kids, even for us grown-ups also. It has been very enlightening and really eye-opening message. So even it can bring transformation. Even I have decided so many things, actually learned so many things that I should learn from you. So it was a transformative session we had. And similarly, many of my friends, even alumni friends and kids' parents also might have learned a lot, sir. So without taking much time, I will invite Robin TJ to kindly deliver the vote of thanks, please.
Thank you, Srival, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
When we talk about lifestyle diseases, we usually talk about BP, sugar, and all those things. But in today's message, you highlighted another important disease which is plaguing the society and our attitude. That is about compassion and sympathy or empathy towards our neighbors, care for the neighbor. Thank you, sir. Thank you for a very good message. Thank you for on behalf of the alumni and on behalf of JNV Periye Kasaragod, I thank you for delivering such a valuable message and giving a good direction in which we should look at life. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And I take this opportunity to thank Jagakrishnan sir, school principal, and the students of Navodaya, and alumni president Sajid sir, and all others who have participated from 10th batch and alumni. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Alphons, sir, for being with us today. So it was.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We are very grateful to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. We'll be in touch, sir. Thank you.